Hello and welcome. I am the Ultimate Rookie and I will be taking you through 9 holes here today, playing at Lochore Meadows. For reference, it is a par 36 for these 9 holes and I am playing off 23. So for 9 holes, I am a 13 handicap for this course. So anything under 13 over is a good score for me. As you can hear, very windy. The drive went off to the right hand side as I was expecting the wind to carry it off to the left, but it didn't. Landed in this lovely mulch. Managed to get quite a clean contact off it with a 5-iron, but it went off to the right, and luckily it is still just in play. 141 yards for this one. Downhill you can see there's a bunker in the middle there. Went for a 7-iron, and I'm just trying to get it on the green really at this point. Debating whether to take a 6 just to make sure that I got it there, but the 7 managed to be absolutely perfect in distance. And the greens are very wet on this day, so I did put some extra oomph, and it turns out it was just a bit too much in the end. The wind seemed to almost carry the ball way past the hole. And I thought I would take the flag out and just go through a full setup. We are actually further away than it looks. Not a great first putt of the day, but yeah, still getting used to the greens. It is actually very strange that they are running so fast with them being so wet. The shot in, it almost landed dead center and just stopped completely. It didn't really go very far, and it's going to be a 3-putt, giving me a bogey on that first hole. Hole 2 then, 398 yards, par 4. There was a burn right in the middle there. It goes across quite a few of the holes. This manages to be a very nice drive, clean contact, even just for the left with a slight fade just into the middle. I did try and get it as far as possible, maybe onto the top of this hill. You can just about see the flag blowing in the wind there. Just for reference, 183 yards, going for a 5-iron here. It's slightly back downhill, but slicing it off to the right, not a great shot. Again, like I said, it is very cold, so distances just aren't quite there on this round. 57 yards, going for a 52 wedge, but the mulch just kind of catches the club and it drags it off to the left. We end up in the bunker, just a chip out. Didn't quite get it high enough. You can see I did hit the sand there, but the power just pushed it through. And we do have a putt for bogey here. Just went nice and slow, pushed through it fully, and it was actually a lovely putt. So 2 holes, 2 bogeys. Again, went for an easy driver swing, and the burn does run right through the middle again, so just trying to carry the burn. It does fade off to the right. Again, was expecting more from the wind, but the trees have actually sheltered a lot of the wind here on this hole. 155 yards in the rough. I have gone for a 6-iron, but not a clean contact, and it's hooked off to the left hand side. So again, not quite a green in regulation, but with 30 yards, just a 60 wedge here, just a lob wedge. For my skill set, I just try and get it on the green really, and I actually failed to get it on the green with that 3rd shot, just very slightly off. But we are putting for par, and again, just nice and slow with the follow through. Managed to get it as close as I can, and just a tap in bogey. +3 through 3 holes. So at this point we start getting the wind into our face a little bit. 142 yards would usually be an 8-iron, but I have clubbed up to a 7. Slightly off to the right here, and if you'll see at the edge of the right hand bunker, it does drop just behind it. So we're just looking to get it on the green at this point. Another 60 wedge, just too much on it. We are on the green and we are putting for par, but a lot further away than I had intended. So just looking for a lag putt at this point. It's not actually the best lag putt. We are just slightly further away than it maybe looks on camera here. So we are going through our whole pre-shot routine, taking the flag out as well, just to make sure that we can get this bogey. For reference, bogey is probably a good score for me, like I said at the start, so 13 over is what I'm aiming for on this course, and being 4 over through 4 is probably good enough for me. Again, we're facing the wind in this one, par 5, 510 yards. I did try to hit this just a little bit too hard just to try and force it, and it faded off to the right hand side. The camera is now stuck wedged against a tree here, so can't quite get my full body into the shot. 340 yards. You can see it didn't really go very far at all. Just digging it out of the wet mud there, taking it into the middle of the fairway, going for another 5-iron here, 228 yards. The ball is below my feet. It's one of those really, really awkward holes. I don't get all of it, but I managed to get it over the burn, which is just exactly behind that tree there. 104 yards, pitching wedge just right up the hill. It's quite a steep incline now at this point. The wind now coming in from left to right as we've managed to hit that dog leg right. So pitching wedge is definitely too much, but I just want to make sure that I got it on the green so that we do have a chance to putt for par. But it is a very, very steep downhill now. Again, just going for that slow follow through, just trying to get it as close as I can. And again, just a little bit further away than it would seem, but managed to tidy that up for a bogey. But now we managed to get into the 6th hole, 265 yards downhill. The wind isn't too much of a factor here with these trees, so we've just hit a hybrid. There's a bunker there just in the fairway, slightly left. We're just aiming to the right of it. You can see it there, it's just to the left with 53 yards left. It is going to be just a 60 wedge to try and get me close. It's a nice and easy pin here today, just in the middle of the green. Managed to be quite a good shot for myself. I'll absolutely take that. Any chance I can putt for birdie, I'm absolutely delighted with that. Again, just a little bit further away than it seems, and it faded off to the right. But we'll absolutely take a 2-putt par every single day of the week. +5 through 6 then, 161 yards uphill. The wind is going to be quite a big factor in this one. It does open up once you get to the top of that hill, and didn't really take that into account. When I hit this shot, it started off really well, but it faded off. The wind caught it quite easily. 25 yards left, so just another 60 wedge to try and get it as close as I can. Quite a good contact on this. Decent shot, really, really good distance. Leaves me a putt for par, which I'm always delighted with. Don't manage to get it this time, so it is going to be another bogey for myself. +6 through 7 then, it's quite a good score for myself. 227 yards, it is just over a ridge there. You can see the flag just flapping in the background. I do hook it off to the left, but there's not really too much danger over that side. Managed to get it behind the trees. 61 yards. There's going to be another 52 wedge here, I think. Just managing to get it onto the green to give me another putt for birdie. Turns out to be a very, very flat green, and I just didn't quite get enough on it. Just too short. But again, absolutely delighted to 2-putt for par. Happily do that every single hole that I play. Coming up to the 9th then, we're +6. Really, really good score. 332 yards. I did just want to take the driver to try and take those trees out of play, because they do come in and almost half the size of the fairway, but the wind really, really takes this shot off to the right, and we are directly behind the trees.
So I'm going to have to go for a little gap here, taking the hybrid. Won't manage to get a full swing, but this does turn out to be probably one of the best shots I've ever hit in my life, as it just rolls and trickles up the fairway onto the green, and it is probably a foot away from the hole in the end. Incredible, incredible shot. I don't think I'll ever be able to hit anything like that again, and I will absolutely bite your hand off for a birdie there. So yeah, it turned out to be probably one of the best rounds I've played. 5 over is an absolutely incredible score. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.